Hi, and welcome to our assembly for Monday. It's lovely to see everybody in school and to see everybody working so hard. And I've been wandering around class, and this week I've seen everybody wrapped up in big warm coats and hats and scarves because it's getting a bit chillier as well. So I'm going to show you what we're going to be talking about in our assembly or assemblies this week. So here we go. We are going to be thinking about our Heartsmart. So when we think about Heartsmart, it's about being smart with our heart, and the life of our heart affects the whole of our life. And today we're going to look at the first of the Heartsmart high five. It's tricky to say, Heartsmart high five. Everything in Heartsmart comes from this. Okay, so it says, don't forget to let love in. Okay, and can you see how Boris the robot is standing there ready? He's there ready, and it's about loving ourselves. Okay, feeling that we're worth being loved. And sometimes it can be hard to do, but it's important that we understand, you understand, that everyone is special and that everybody values you and thinks that you're wonderful. And sometimes knowing someone loves us help us to love ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to show you some pictures that show love in different ways. Okay, now these are each of the 5 ways, because there's 5 main ways that people can show us that we're loved. Okay, so have a look at the pictures. We've got somebody saying gracias, which are kind words. Okay, so kind words show us that we're loved. We've got the next one, which is dad and son doing something together on the laptop, and they're just dad's helping out his son do something. And that's kind action. So we've got kind words, kind action. We've got good time together. Okay, with the 2 girls here, 2 friends. We've got a gift. This isn't a birthday present or a Christmas present. It's an unexpected present. Something that you've thought about, and there's no real reason for giving that gift other than that you want something to be really nice for that person. And this one, with the football, could be a hug or a high five, because you know that when you get a hug or a high five, you feel really valued, you feel really special. And each one of these things, kind words, kind actions, good time together, an unexpected gift, or a hug or a high five, and this shows us that we're loved and it makes us feel special. So everybody's different. Okay, I am going to tell you that my favorite 2 are, I find this really difficult to do, because I'm going to ask you to pick 2 favorites in a minute. I really like kind words. I think that's lovely when somebody does that to me. And I really like spending time together, kind actions. But actually I quite like hugs or high fives as well. So yeah, different things. It's difficult for me to choose. So now choose which one you like. What is your favorite 2? Kind words, kind actions, having a good time together, an unexpected gift, and a hug or a high five. It's not for you to receive, so it's not you being given a gift, it's you actually giving somebody else these things. What do you like to do? Okay, so have a think and see what you can think of. Because if we know these things, we know that we're loved, it brings strength to our hearts and it makes us feel better about ourselves. So when we can see these things, it makes us feel better. Now, I know from having spoken to children on the playground, when people greet you in school, say, good morning, it's going to be a great day, or when I've seen children come into class and their teachers say, good morning, how are you? It's showing that we really like you and we think you're really special, and it's done to make you feel good about yourselves. And I've seen people go, oh yeah, it is going to be a good day today, when they're greeted in that way. That's really important. So other ways that we understand that we're loved is by knowing that we're 1 in a million. And the next 3 slides show different ways that we're 1 in a million. So, first one, you might have heard this phrase, we are the apple of someone's eye. To be the apple of somebody's eye is the one that somebody chooses. So like you pick a special apple from the tree, you are a special person to someone else, and you are special to an individual. It might be to lots of people, but there is somebody in the world who thinks that you are absolutely amazing. So I know that my son, for example, I'm going to pick Toby as an example, thinks that I am the apple of his eye because he would choose to be with me. Or I might think that's about my mum or my dad, okay, or my daughter. So there's, out of all the apples, we're the one that's chosen by that person. So who would choose you? Who, if you were an apple, who would pick you off the tree? Okay, so have a think about that. Right, next one. Penguins. Love penguins. They're cool, aren't they? Now, penguins are loyal to their partners. Love is loyal, and that means that person sticks with you. And the person who loves us is committed to us and will stick with us. Okay, so it's really, really important that we know that person is always going to be there. Always going to be there because that person loves us. So who is loyal to you? It might be that you say, yeah, mum, definitely. Mum is loyal to me. So have a think, who in your life? Share that with somebody else. Who is loyal to you? Okay. Next one. Here we go. 1 in a million. And that's a phrase that we use. Oh, you're 1 in a million. But actually, there's over 7.6 billion people in the world. And there is only one of you. Each one of you, there is only one of you, there is only one of me, there's only one of your teachers and all the teaching assistants and all of the other people in school. We are unique, we're important, we're special. And because of that, because we're special, we are loved. And when you think that we are loved, there is somebody who absolutely loves me, then it makes you feel special. So, whether we've got lots of people in our lives who show us love and help us to feel 1 in a million or not, we all have to come to the place where we can say, I love me. Okay, what is it that makes you a really special person? Sometimes other people will tell you that you're special. And sometimes we have to look at ourselves and think, do you know what? Yeah, I'm quite special. There's things that I can always do better, but actually, I've got some things that make me pretty amazing. Okay. I'm going to tell you a bit of a story. So this is a story from the Bible. It's called The Prodigal Son. And it's from the book of Luke, chapter 15. And we've got a man, and he had 2 sons. And one day, the youngest son asked his father for his inheritance money. Now, inheritance is the money that you would get when your parents die, if your parents have got money, and they will give it to their children. But he asked for it to have it early, which is quite an unusual thing to do. And the father thought about it and divided what he owned between both of his sons and giving both of them their inheritance. Okay. And the youngest son moved far away, and he very soon spent all of his money. He had lots of meals. He drank wine. He bought presents for his friends. He rented a really big house to live. And very soon he had no money left. He'd wasted it all. And all of that money that his father had worked hard to earn, his son just frittered away and had nothing to show for it. He was very hungry. He had no place to live, so he needed to get a job. And he was given a job feeding pigs, but nobody gave him anything to eat. So he went from being very, very happy because he had money to being very, very sad because he had nothing. He was very sad indeed. He was sorry for what he'd done. Back home, even his father's hired men were fed well, the people who worked for his father. He decided to go back home to say sorry and to ask his father for a job as a servant, doing jobs in the house. And when the father saw his youngest son returning, he was filled with great joy and happiness. He ran to greet his returning boy. He hugged and he kissed his son. So he was really, really pleased because he loved his son. The father dressed him up in the best robe, some new sandals, and put a ring on his finger. And he was so happy his son had returned that he threw a great feast to celebrate, which is really, really lovely because his son had come home. But while the younger brother had been away, the older brother had been working hard for his father and saved all of his inheritance. When he heard his brother had returned with nothing and a great feast was being thrown for him, he was angry, he was jealous, he was upset. But the father didn't want his son to be jealous and angry. We must celebrate and rejoice, he told his eldest son, because it is as if this brother of yours was dead and has come to life. He was lost and has been found. So, when the youngest son came back, were his father's arms shut or open to the returning son? That's right, they were open, waiting for that hug. Now, who thought that the youngest son was going to get in trouble for what he'd done, for wasting all of that hard-earned money? I did. But it was a bit of a surprise ending, because love's arms are always open to us and love welcomes us. It doesn't send us away. Okay, and love also has that really, really important bit about forgiveness. Is if we love somebody, then they will forgive us for the things that we do wrong. And we know if we've done something wrong, we feel bad about it. You get that really churny feeling in your tummy, but you know that actually mum and dad still love you no matter what. So letting other people's love into our heart makes our heart stronger. And loving ourselves no matter what makes our heart stronger still. And if we want to live well, if we want to love others, it starts with us loving ourselves, and that means letting love in. So let's have a look at the next slide. We're going to have a little bit of a think now. So I want you to close your eyes for me and think about some of the really important stuff that we've talked about today. Okay, so one thing today that we've heard that we're going to remember. So don't shout it out, don't talk to your friends about it, think about it yourself. Okay, is there anything that we can think of that gets in the way of us being heart smart and loving ourselves? And what can we do to love ourselves and others more? So right the way back at the beginning of the assembly, we talked about those 5 different ways to show love. We talked about those 5 pictures. There was the kind words, kind action, having a good time together, an unexpected gift, and a hug or a high five. And we can't hug people easily at the moment, unless they're in our bubble or in our household. But you could high five your friend on the playground. I got an unexpected gift, and one of the children gave me a card the other day that's on my office wall. That was lovely. I had a good time with my friend when I went for a walk at the weekend. There's kind actions, things that people do for you to help out. It's kind words. I got an email from one of the parents saying that they thought something that was going on at school was really lovely. And that was really nice as well. So what can you do? What can you do to let love in so that you can make other people feel special? And then as you do those things for other people, you will feel special as well, because you are special. So there we go, guys. Lots of things to think about today, but you're very, very special. You're very special to everybody in school. You're very special to everybody at home. You've got lots of things that make you absolutely wonderful. Okay, so carry on being wonderful all day today. Have a great day. I'll see you around school. Bye-bye.